no matter what I have and who I'm around. Who I am is within me. And so it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be
100%.
it doesn't have to be pretty. God took
Mhm.
my ashes and gave me beauty for them. Business every day is not going to be the easiest, but it's going to be worth it.
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
And how you make that decision of who you want to become. Yeah, because after that
Yeah.
came the real estate, came everything. After that happened, right?
I
So,
will tell you that there's a silver lining in every dark cloud. My suicide attempt was in my mid 20s. I hadn't even really broken to my career as of yet. It was really based on the different mindset of what my family thought I should be in life, where society said I should be in life. I had gone to college. They messed up the tuition. So that's what's crazy. I went to college in Atlanta, and I went to AIU, and I got there and my tuition was crazy because they had me in state and not out of state. You know how crazy that is for y'all, everybody's kids are going to school. So you know that tuition, that jump was like, I was 17 years old. So I'm down there and I'm going to school, and now I'm working and I'm going to school. And so that's always a different dynamic also. And so I wound up having to come back home because it just became a little bit overwhelming. So I wound up going to Bowie State University, and I'm in the relationships and I'm holding on to different people and things because I don't want to lose things, because I feel like those things made me who I was. I noticed how people received attention and certain love, and I didn't have a true vision of who I was and understanding what I had to bring to the table and understanding my worth. I didn't realize I had any power. I was bullied from the fifth grade, I guess, to the 10th grade. And then those negative thoughts travel with me. So if you go through bullying, the traumatic experiences you go through as a child, when those things are not healed, they transfer over with you. They don't just
hmm
disappear. They
they
show up
will
in
stay with you forever.
you
They showing
forever
up in your
until you heal
relationship,
it.
in your bank
It'll ruin
account,
everything.
everywhere. Uh-huh.
Everywhere I went, it was
100%.
just it traveled with me. And so
hmm
until I had that breakdown, I felt as though I went to school, I went to college, trying to get my education. I was working for the federal government. I was working a regular job. I was doing all of the things that everybody said you're supposed to be doing. And I still wasn't where I needed to be in my mind. And though, so I felt as though it was easier for me not to no longer be here because no one had to take care of me. I didn't have to keep crying about the different things. But what I had to realize is that I put all these building blocks on myself that were so unnecessary. Nobody said that I had to do it this way. Yes, you hear stories and you hear memes and all these people tell you what you should be doing and how you should be doing it. But I realized that I needed somebody to mirror that for me. The things that we tell people to do, mirror that. And I had to find a space to say, listen, I don't have it together. It's okay to not be okay. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know how I'm going to get out this hole. I don't know how I'm going to make my first $1,000 truly and hold on to it and not have $50 in my savings account. I do not know how I'm going to feed my child and make sure I take care of everything and get myself up. These are things that will drain your mental stability, and it causes you to worry. I could not focus. And when I realized, and I had my mental break, and then I was going through a relationship breakup, and I remember laying in the hospital bed, and this was the switch for me. God sent help. This is why I say I had to do it by grace. The police officer asked me as I laid in that bed, she said to me, I don't know what you're going through, but do you think it's enough to take your own life? And she didn't let me answer. She told me no. So that's my message to you today. Regardless of what you're going through, it's not enough to take your life. Whatever you're going through today, it's not enough for you to say stop, because all of those dark moments helped me to come to where I am today. I had to realize it's okay to not be okay. I had to realize it's okay to not do it like everybody else. I had to realize it's okay. I will go through the failures. It's not how many times I fall. It's how many times I get up. It's also going to be about what I learn in it, what I change in it. So I had to change my story. I took the building blocks off of me. I don't have to do what my mom said I had to do. I don't have to do what they said I have to do. I have to figure out what God needs for me to do and how I need to go about my life. And that's when I connected with God. And that's when things started changing. And it wasn't easy then either, because I had to still go through those channels and getting rid of that trauma, the residue that was there. So it was a continuous pattern. And as I went into business, now I'm in new territory. I never ran a business. I didn't say I was going to be the entrepreneur. What are we talking about? I got to pay taxes. What are we talking about? I need systems. What do we mean? I have to understand what problems I'm solving. Now I'm going even deeper. So how do I come out of this dark hole and stay out of it? I'm very honest with myself. I had to take the mask off. And the first thing I tell myself each and every day is no matter what I have and who I'm around, who I am is within me. And so it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be,
100%.
it doesn't have to be pretty. God took
Mm,
my ashes and gave me beauty for them. Business every day is not going to be the easiest, but it's going to be worth it. Every time I
mm,
close a deal and I satisfy a client and I help them see a bigger picture and they're able to safely close a deal. They're able to, they know how they're going to make their income. They're going to know that their NOI is okay. They know how to read financial reports. These things give me joy. When they also actually can relate to their tenants. Can you relate to your tenants? Do you know what they're going through? Are you following up? Are you able to give a community resource? And
Do you
it's
actually
about
care?
giving.
Do you actually
Yes.
care about them?
I
Yeah.
care because guess what? The same way we need those people to do business. You need your
Mhm.
renters. You need somebody to
Mm.
rent those rooms. And we got to hold them
Absolutely.
accountable. So we better
Oh,
understand what a person, do you understand how many hours they work? We're talking about
mm.
millions of dollars. Have you been able to, for all of our multimillionaires, have you been able to walk into a community and wipe a slate clean for somebody? That's change. That's change, giving them a clean slate and let them be able to start over because I know I needed one. Remembering where we were. Remember when you started, when you was only eating sandwiches and pizza and soda and juice? Remember when you didn't see your friends and family? How you want to go to you got to go do your tennis, Harry. All these things matter. But it took a process for you to get there. And it took a place for me to take time and say, I got to take these masks off. I got to give myself grace. I got to love myself. I got to understand who I am. I got to understand who I'm serving. And I have to be very realistic because it's not going to come overnight. Like we keep talking about, I have to be resilient. I have to know when to pivot. And I have to know when I need to pause and take a break. Because if I don't set the balance, then I'm going to burn myself out and I'm not going to be useful to anyone.
Then to the point that things doesn't have to be perfect. Look, let me tell you a story. I English is not my first language, as you notice. And one of the things that I do, my company, the name is Speak Sardinas, so I train people how to speak in public, and everybody is saying, "Adio, I don't get it. How come I have clients, British clients, that speak perfectly English, entrepreneurs very well. I train women, I train or in common with reach over million people in my in that topic. But guess what happened when we do the big events? When you, I remember I spoke at the restaurant event, all those big events. So it's sometimes comes also a public speaking coach, which is British, good looking, uh, perfect, and his English is spotless. So, well, I have this course, I can teach you how to do that, blah, blah. And then some people are wrong. I guess what happened when I go, I also said, okay, I have this course, I can teach you how to speak in public, so you can grow your business, need to
Yes.
grow a brand. And the people are looking at me and I say, you know what? This guy is not even good looking. Shamp doesn't even know how to speak. I want to learn from him. I'm not perfect, right? So the and a lot of people are always telling me, my business partner, every time that I go down the stage, she's waiting for me with a list of all the spelling, all the grammar mistakes that I made on the stage. Okay? She's waiting. Look, you did this wrong. You did this wrong. You did this wrong. I realized that I never gonna be perfect, and the people that I'm attracting to my organization, they're not perfect either. Um, and they are happy in the environment that I guess nobody's perfect. So how can you manage it? You see?
It's no fun
Uh,
being perfect. Perfection is
yeah,
unfun.
exactly. So what happened? You see, that's why I train a lot of women because everybody wants to train men how to speak. Okay, when you go to my workshop, you see 50 people. So workshop we have more women at the time. Well, they feel that whatever I'm putting out there is a framework they're more comfortable. So I attract these type of people, and So my imperfection have been right at my biggest limitation, my biggest asset. And I speak all
Hey,
over the world. I speak all over the world. Singapore, Dubai, Mexico, Peru,
I love
you
it.
name it. Yeah. And so the point of the story is like this. And also, you're right to a point that you don't have to prove anything to anybody.
No, I'm doing
And,
it for
and,
me.
and, and when you are from this space, nobody can get you anymore. Nobody. It doesn't matter if you have $100 in your bank account, if you have 1 million, if you have this. When you are operating from that space, only happenings, contribution. Uh, like for example, this job that you do with the charity, I do talks of for non-profits also. In South America, you go to Latin American countries.
Wow.
And when you do one of these talks, or when people start in the street, Harry, look, man, often in London when I'm working in the metro, whatever it takes, I always dress up like a very colorful. Harry, man, this is you. Look, let's take a picture. I saw you that event, man. You say that, and look at this. My business, my family. I'm doing amazing.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. So after I'm a little bit embarrassed when this happens. Happened to me anywhere, to be in the metro, to be walking on the street. So, but then you arrive home and say, wow, it's amazing. And I say something. I don't even remember what I said or when I said, but he knows me. And somehow I changed, I managed to transform his life, to change his life.
Good.
And it's good for the family. So the level of fulfillment that I gave you, there is no money that can pay you that. You get paid in a different currency. You, you get paid the currency of love. You don't get sick. People every
Yes.
time you see social media, Harry, I wish you well, Harry, stay healthy, Harry this, Harry that. The people send you so much love that you don't even get sick. You have that space and then you attract more people. But the point is that you don't have to prove anything to anybody.
No, you got to know it, and
You
you got to
need to
recognize
know
it. You
who
got to
you
know.
are.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.